have to go see what their odds are in that market, but I guess this could be equivalent.
Yeah.
Taking an alt over at plus 255. I have to go check on that one.
Okay, so
but
I have the rules,
about
by
this.
The way. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear them.
Go ahead. Okay, so two win total overs, two win total unders, division winners.
Oh, two win total under. And then as many props as you. Okay, yeah.
2 player props, 2 season stat leaders. So that's why those stat leaders are thrown in there.
Okay.
Okay, I found the Bills play. Bills to have the most regular season wins is plus 450. So maybe someone else picked that. This was his last pick, the alt win total. If the Bills most regular.
Testing 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1-1-2-3-4-5 from Ellet High School, PAFL 2A championship in 42 minutes.
Waited on that. I found out Dave Ross was picking second, and he actually took a Derrick Henry prop in the 5th round. Can we go to Dave Ross now? Yeah, we'll throw this up here. He took Derrick Henry rushing touchdown leader at plus 450 in round 5. I would have waited on that one too. Plus, I wouldn't take such a chalky pick so early, you know?
Testing from Ellet High School, 2025 PAFL 2A championship on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One network.
Oh my gosh, this whole thing is Cowboys. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are related to the Cowboys. And he's picking second. Okay, what do you grade Dave's?
I mean, so his Dak as the passing leader is his 1st round pick. That feels like a thing you could have gotten in the 7th round. Who's taking Dak Prescott to lead the NFL in passing yards?
Youngstown.
I don't know if I like this card. I don't know if I like. I'm gonna do the GM shuffle with him on Monday. I'm gonna have to ask him about this card here. I don't know if I like it.
You do.
I don't think I like this card.
Okay, for those listening and not watching, let me I need to read them off for you. His 1st round pick. So Dak passing yards leader plus 850. Round 3, Cowboys over 8.5 wins plus 120. That's probably fine. Cowboys to win the NFC East, plus 550. I don't know how I feel about doubling down when you only have 10 picks. George Pickens over 5.5 receiving touchdowns at even odds. And round 10, the Commanders under 9.5 wins at plus 105. So I think we are seeing this very different ways, me and Dave, because I have the Seahawks to finish last in the NFC West, and he's picking them to win at plus 550. I get it. Like, the NFC West does feel a little bit up for grabs, but Seahawks are the team that I like the least there. Yeah, I think we cannot. We can't grade Dave. Sorry, Dave. Let's go to Pauly because he was picking 10th, so he has the hardest one here. Let's throw him up on the screen here. His first pick, the Bucks to win the NFC South. His next pick was the Saints under 5.5 wins. He's got the Packers winning the North. I like that. Correlated, he's got the Lions under. Here, he took Derrick Henry in his 5th round, rushing touchdown leader, plus 450. Correlated again, Bucks over. He's taking the Chiefs over 11.5 wins at even odds. DK Metcalf over 1,000 receiving yards at even odds. Jaden Daniels over his passing yards. Cam Ward passing interception leader at 9-1. This one's an interesting one, Jeff.
I think this is an A card for me, man.
Nice.
So, because look, Tampa Bay, you go over their win total, which he did later, and so he doubled up there a little bit. But the South winner is going to be in the postseason. So that I like that one. The Saints are going to be really bad. So the under 5.5 makes a ton of sense there. The Packers one is not that much of a stretch. I like the Lions under 10.5. I like the balls on that one. I'll tell you why. So here, I'm going to pull up the schedule just quickly. These are the Lions road games this year, out of division. Okay, they're at the Bengals, at the Chiefs, at the Commanders, at the Eagles, and at the Rams. plus the 3 division games, they're on the road. It's a tough schedule for the Lions. 2 new coordinators this season as well. Injuries already starting on defense. So round 4, I like that. It's a bold move. I'll take it. I think the Chiefs are winning the division. So round 7, Chiefs over makes a lot of sense there. Jay Daniels is an exceptional passer. I think over in the 9th round to get a Jay Daniels over passing prop is a lot of value there. Cam Ward, he'll play a ton this season, could lead in interception. So that's a good 10th round value there. I like this one. I'm gonna give this one an A.
Yeah. There's honestly the only one I don't like is the Chiefs because they got so lucky last year. It could swing the other way. But it's hard betting against the Chiefs anyways, so I can't even hate that pick, especially when you waited till the 7th round. Well done, Pauly. A for you. The Circuit Survivor quest for $14.2 million is a 10-point documentary series following the drama, strategy, and heartbreak inside the world's largest legal football contest. Watch on.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the...
Be bold and saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus beware of dog sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the Rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For JD Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dog" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dog" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dog" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus "beware of dog" sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst, so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus beware of dog sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Number 1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus beware of dog sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Number 1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally manage to get away on vacation and the worrying starts. Will that bogus beware of dog sign keep your home safe? What about that fake camera you set up? And will someone finally find your old hide-a-key rock? That's where ADT comes in. All that stuff? It's safe-ish. It seems fine, but you know it doesn't truly work. Instead, we provide security solutions that help keep you actually safe, giving you real peace of mind. Because vacation is supposed to be, relaxing. Don't settle for safe-ish. Visit ADT.com today to learn more.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One.
$13,920 times. Or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months. Or the rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Number 1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
We all know that feeling. You finally managed to get away on vacation.
You should make it on the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it on the ground, you should make it on the ground, you should make it pop. You should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground, you should make it pop. On the ground.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to Ellett High School here in Akron, Ohio, as Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network are proud to bring to you the 2025 PAFL 2A Championship as the Ohio Broncos, 8-2 coming into this final game. They get ready to take on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals, also coming in at 8-2. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler, Dave Ferris, pushing the buttons, keeping us on air as we come to you from high atop the Ellett High School Stadium here. Beautiful field here, Coach, as weather perfect. You can't ask for a better day here for a championship game. And two teams coming in at 8-2. We got to see the Broncos last week. They get the 16-0 win over the Cleveland Cobras. And that was a closer game than the score actually says, as the Broncos only score on offense one time. DeMarquise Owens returns a 60-yard punt for a touchdown. That was the end of the scoring in the first half. That would be the final score at the end, and the Broncos make it to the championship.
Yeah, they were ready. They were prepared. I mean, again, like you said, not a lot of scoring, but they got it done, and now they're in the championship. And I just want to mention that Will Craven will be here helping us out with the stats as well.
Yeah, hiding up top there. He's going to give us the drive charts during the game, so we're excited for that. And we are excited to be here. I want to thank Commissioner Jermaine Campbell, Mark Means, Dave Ferris, the Ellett High School, and both team staffs for helping with the preparation for this week as we get ready for this big matchup. And in 2 weeks, it will be the 3A version of the PAFL championship game, as the Columbus Fire and the Michigan Hurricanes will go at it for the 3A portion of the PAFL. PAFL in its first year of its return under Commissioner Jermaine Campbell, and quite frankly, great setup here today as we get ready for the matchup of two really good teams. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with Ohio Broncos coach Chris Ballantyne, and we'll play that for you and let you know what he had to say about this matchup as we get ready to round out the 2025 PAFL season. You are listening to PAFL football here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Back here at Elliott High School in Akron as we get ready for the 2025 PAFL 2A Championship. And, Coach, we saw the game last week with the Ohio Broncos. They took on the Cleveland Cobras. Cobras with a stingy defense really gave them a hard time, but it was the one person we've talked about for the last 10 years. Quite honestly, it was quarterback Marquello Sewell, who, quite frankly, is outstanding. Tall, has a great arm, and a product of the Akron Zip program.
Yeah, so and he's a great quarterback. He sees his reads. He knows when he needs to tuck it. He did a great job. I'm assuming he did a lot of the play calling. I'm sure that there was things that were sent to him, but he was making adjustments at the line. So, again, outstanding football player. I know he gave us fits. But that's okay. You know, that's how it goes. And we slowed him down once. He got us the second time. But outstanding athlete, and he could be the difference in this game.
Yeah, great guy all the way around. Actually, I've had some moments to have some conversation with him over the years. And really is a selfless player, but does a great job on the field. Again, we mentioned that our own Mark Means had an opportunity to speak with Broncos head coach Chris Ballantyne. This is what he had to say about today's matchup here in Akron.
Pre-game show continues, joined by the head coach of the Ohio Broncos, Chris Ballantyne. And Coach, fantastic season for your squad so far as you get set to play in this afternoon's championship game.
Absolutely. We've had a great season, a great learning season, some good development of our younger players, and we saw some of our vets come through and show why vets are just as important as these young and developing players.
Let's go back to last week, Coach. A shutout victory against the Cleveland Cobras to get to the championship game this afternoon. How do you think your squad played in that game?
Our defense was outstanding, and they have been all year. And they were able to hold it down as we had some miscues on offense, which is our first time in a while really not clicking offensively as well as we usually do. So our defense really did a great job, really stepped up, good turnovers, pitched that shutout. But hats off to Adam, the team over there. Their defense is a tough defense. It's well coached, and they kept them in the game, but our defense was able to seal the victory and take care of it for us.
Coach, this afternoon's opponent is very familiar when you take on the Arctic Bengals, a team you had a tough luck 1-point loss back on June 14th. Take us back to that game, and how has your team changed from that game to now getting prepared to play in the championship today?
Well, it was a great game, down to the wire. We had some, as is in semi-pro sometimes, we had some key pieces that weren't able to show up, but what that did was open up the door for us to see guys take that next man up mentality and be able to step in and perform and really give us a good idea of our depth and ability to use different pieces. So although it's a loss, it was a great learning experience. It gave us a window into our players. Now, having a full roster, everybody there, I think, to be in the selfish mode, the outcome is going to be quite different, but I hope they underestimate it. I hope they think that the same team's going to show up. That'd work in our advantage.
What can you take from that matchup, whether you were down a couple of key players or not, to help you get ready for today's championship matchup again with the Bengals?
Well, there's a reason they're here, and there's a reason we are here. We're the two best teams in the league. We know they have a dynamic playmaker in their quarterback, and a good defensive line full of veterans with John Baseman and Josh Myers and a couple different guys over there. There's a lot of film on both teams, so getting ready to deal with a quarterback that's that athletic and a defense that's tough, the best thing you can do is game plan. Stick to your game plan. Really just keep your guys disciplined and in the moment, not getting overwhelmed by a lot of the attention that maybe hasn't been around all year. There's a lot going on. Jermaine's got a lot happening. So I think this is going to boil down to who can stay focused, who can stay in their game plan, and stay disciplined.
Coach, take us to the moment where you're going to be talking to your guys before you come out of the locker room to start this game. You look at your team and you say, fellas, if we can do this, we're going to win a championship for our franchise.
If we can make the least amount of mistakes and capitalize on the sometimes unflashy moments of football, whether that be special teams, whether that be getting off the field on third down, creating second and longs, third and longs. It's the small things that set us up for the big wins, and as long as we focus on that, we'll come out on top.
Finally, Coach, what does it mean for your franchise to be in the PAFL Tier 2 championship?
So I played for the Broncos the last season they existed, for Jimmy and Putty, and some of the guys that are playing with us. To be able to bring the franchise back, be able to be, first of all, what an honor to be chosen to help lead that. For me, it's like a full circle moment. It's a time where we went through a championship as Broncos and we weren't able to pull it out. We went to conference championships as Broncos and we lost one of those. And it's our moment to fulfill, at least for myself, to fulfill what we should have done then, and to be able to do it with, to be able to do it with guys that I played for before and guys that have played with me. It's just one of those humbling moments where you're thankful for the opportunity, but you can't regret anything the next morning. You have to leave it on the field.
Coach, your time as always is appreciated. Thank you very much. Best of luck in today's game.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more pregame show coming up next.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Get me drain. Get me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now. 330-758-5031.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Woo! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Pre-game show continues here in Akron, Ohio for the 2025 PAFL 2A Championship. The Ohio Broncos and the Beaver County Arctic Bengals getting ready to take the field. The Bengals being introduced as we speak. And, Coach, for them, you looked over the schedule earlier, and the one thing you noticed, a lot of close games for the Bengals. They've been in some battles.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was kind of shocked at some of the scores that they had. There were some close games, 24-25, 13-14. So they have been, it's been a little tough for them, it looks like. I mean, they struggled. They're here, and I'm sure they're prepared. But you look down, really, I mean, 27-29, 18-24. So they were in some battles, but obviously that's okay. Win by one, it's a win no matter what.
Yep, take it any way you can get it. Back on June 14th, these two teams met. Beaver County Arctic Bengals, the home team that day, got a 27-26 win. However, the one difference that I saw in watching film was Marquello Sewell not at the helm of the offense, but he is now. And that has been a different team for them. So for the Arctic Bengals, not only do they have to deal with the talented running backs and receivers of the Bengals, they've got to contain Marquello Sewell.
Yeah, and that's going to be a tough task. They have got to get them. Arctic Bengals have got to get them, keep him inside, and force him to step up, and them linebackers have got to be ready because you never know. I mean, he can really take off. He's got some great wills, but the DBs have got to play tight because I've seen him fit some balls in there that it was very close, but he's got a strong arm, and he could hurt you.
Well, our coaches' interviews continued this week with Mark Means and he had an opportunity to speak with the Bengals head coach, Martin Wood, and this is what he had to say about today's matchup with the Ohio Broncos.
Pre-game show continues, now joined by Coach Wood, the head coach of the Arctic Bengals. Coach, another fantastic season for your squad as you get ready to play in tonight's championship game. How do you feel the overall season has gone?
It's gone pretty good, actually. We had some things come up in our way, like the Bobcats, and we knew they were going to be tough. And going into the second round of the playoffs, we knew we had to get through them, and we had a good game plan, and it worked out in our favor. So, other than that, we really, didn't have any crazy ups and downs throughout the season. We just stuck together as a team, and just overcome adversity most of the time.
Coach, you said about, Steel City. Last week, you go on the road and you get a win, so, doubly special, a playoff win and a road victory combined.
Yeah, we've done very well on the road this year. I don't think we lost a game on the road this year, so that worked out in our favor. So we travel well, and we know when we go to other places to play, we got to buckle down, stay poised, and play football.
So your matchup earlier in the season against the Ohio Broncos was a 1-point win for your squad, 27-26. Coach, what did you learn from that game that can help you in tonight's game?
Well, we learned that we can't make mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes that game. We just got to keep our mistakes to a minimum. We got to execute our plays, stay poised. If our defense plays tough, physical, and don't let anybody get past them in the secondary, we should be pretty good.
With a game like this where you're familiar with your opponent and there's lots of game film out there, is it about executing what you do in all three phases, or is it about, maybe throwing something new out there?
We do things new, but it's all about execution. I mean, if we don't execute our block, we don't get a run game. If we don't execute our blocks on the perimeter, we don't get our screen game. If we just don't play fast football, we don't have no game at all. So our plan is to play fast football, execute our plays, stay poised, and try to win a game.
Coach, you're in the locker room, you're talking to your guys before you come out on the field for today's game, and you say, gentlemen, if we accomplish this, we're going to be the Tier 2 champs. What is that one thing?
That one thing is be together. Play together as a team. Don't be out there doing things for yourself, but play together as a unit, and play physical and play fast. I mean, it's more than just one thing, but one thing, if I could narrow it down to one thing, it'd be play together as a team.
Coach, what does it mean for you, your ownership, your franchise, to be in the PAFL Tier 2 championship game?
I mean, it means the world to us. This is our fourth year. Our second year, we had an undefeated season, lost first round of the playoffs in the TPFL. Last year, we went to Tier 1. We finished 3-6, I think. Wasn't where we needed to be, but I knew coming into this year, with the tools that we had, the players that we had, that we were going to have a good run at it. I just kept on the guys and just kept telling them, believe in yourselves, stay poised, play fast. If we could do that, we can get to the championship, and here we are.
Coach, as always, your time is appreciated. Best of luck in the game today, and thank you for a few minutes.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
We'll take another break. We'll come back. We'll have more of the pregame show after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Pre-game show continues here in Akron as we are taking a look at the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. A mouthful there, Coach, but last week they get the 17-13 win over the Steel City Bobcats, and a great matchup there. That half seemed to be very tough over there, and actually on both sides, a lot of parity in the league, but they too have an outstanding quarterback in number 1, Shamon Walker. Kind of the same thing as Marquello Sewell, maybe a little bit shorter here, a little bit stockier, has a different build, but very athletic. And again, another situation where your linebacker is going to have to be extremely disciplined.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was watching him warm up, and he darts the balls. So
now we're going to step aside now for our nation's national anthem. Nation's national anthem as we have just under 5 minutes here before kickoff here at Ellet High School in Akron, Ohio. We continue to take a look at the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. I think we're just going to call them the Bengals for this game, Coach. That's a mouthful there.
Well, it's the Bengals. I like they mimic the white Bengal stripes, or white helmet with the Bengal stripes, just like Cincinnati does, and I kind of like that look. I like that all white look.
Yeah, they'll be in their blue jerseys today, which are kind of nice. Numbers a little dark. Well, we'll see if we can work around that. However, continuing with the Arctic Bengals, and first of all, have to absolutely thank Treon Marshall, the running back for the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. Helped me all week here with starters, rosters, things of that effect. We do appreciate it. Makes our job a lot easier, and certainly we like to get all the guys' names right as we have this big day here in the return of the PAFL here in 2025. So well done here for Jermaine Campbell. A very circus-like atmosphere here. Food trucks and plenty to drink here on a warm day. And, coaches, we take a look here at one thing we noticed last week with the Broncos. They have immense size on both sides of the offensive and defensive line. Beaver County Arctic Bengals maybe a little smaller, maybe a little quicker. And if you're coaching them, what are the keys for you if you have to go up against that big line?
Well, I'll tell you what, you just got to fight through it. If you got that big offensive line and your defense, you just got to beat them off the ball, and you got to look and hit the gaps and just be faster than them. And if they do get a hold of you, you got to learn to throw that paw up there and knock the hands down and do some spinning, but staying in your lane. So I got to believe that it's going to be offense and defensive lines for both teams to see what they do to try to corral those quarterbacks.
Yeah, both teams out at midfield now for the coin toss. And again, quite a bit of folks out there for this occasion here, and we've got a beautiful day here. Still a little bit warm here. Sun will be going down, so that should cool things off just a little bit. But it is going to be a artificial surface and a beautiful field. You can see on the opposite side the Cleveland Browns logo, where they were involved in I guess replacing this field here. So then call it a logo. Everybody just calls it the Browns helmet.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, also want to thank, while I'm thinking about it, Jimmy D. Melton for having us last week, and of course helping us out this week with all the information. Some guys over here on the Ohio Broncos side, of course, that we know from playing, from following them, but also playing against them. And they're still out here on the field. And with the disbanding of the Ohio Gladiators, a lot of those young men came over here to the Ohio Broncos. It has worked out well. And a lot of veteran players here for the Ohio side. And for the Bengals side, it seems like there's a little bit more youth, but, man, nothing but an upside there for the Beaver County team.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this ought to be a good game. They should match up quite fairly. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in this game. But I have a feeling we're going to find out real quick. Here's the results of the coin toss. So Broncos deferred.
All right, so the Broncos win the toss. They deferred. The Beaver County Arctic Bengals will receive. They will be receiving and then moving from right to left. If you're listening in on our iMedia One Network app, the newest thing here is we get ready for a ton of live sports coming up here in the next couple weeks. Dave is working feverishly on the high school football season coming up, and this year it will be the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. I want to thank John Galbraith and the entire Patricians organization. And through the season, we will tell you more about them, not only as a sports team, but also in a historic aspect in the Youngstown area, being a team that existed back in the 1910, 1920s, and was there in the precursor before the National Football League. So, again, want to thank John Galbraith and the entire board from the Youngstown Patricians for their support of the 2025 high school football season here on the iMedia One Network. And we will kick that off Thursday with Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris, bringing you the Liberty Leopards making their way over to Soup City. They're going to take on the Camel Red Devils. That will get the season kicked off on Thursday night. On Friday night, two great matchups, as it will be the Camp McKinley Bulldogs heading to Warren to take on the Warren Harding Raiders. And it will also be the Poland Bulldogs traveling down to Salem to take on the Salem Quakers. Doubleheader coming up on Friday night. Of course, you and I will have the Quakers and the Bulldogs to kick off the season. And we got to see a scrimmage earlier this weekend. A lot to look forward to for the Poland Bulldogs.
Yeah, Poland looks pretty tough this year. They returned a lot of guys. There was just very few that they had to plug in, but outstanding job. But I'd just like to do a real quick plug. I came from this morning. It was called Once a Cowboy, Always a Cowboy, Cheney High School. They had their annual golf outing. And what that's for is for West Siders, people that went to Cheney that maybe were down and out or need some help. And the amount of money that they raise is just absolutely phenomenal. Mill Creek Golf Course had us there, and we want to thank them for what a great job and letting us do our job. And I'll tell you what, good to go, man. We raised a lot of money, so I want to thank everybody from the Cheney side and the west side and wherever they're at now. So thank you all. We appreciate it.
Speaking of ready to go, both teams on the field here as the Broncos will get ready to kick off. It's going to be Will Shropshire, the former Ohio Gladiator and running back for the Ohio Broncos. Had a good week last week against the Cleveland Cobras. And a lot of it, though there was not a lot of scoring, they ate up a lot of clock there, took a lot of opportunities away from the Cleveland team. And the Bengals back to return. Numbers going to be a little hard to see here, and we apologize. Shropshire going to keep this one on the ground. It'll head to the 30, roll to the 25, and be fielded by the Bengals, and it's going to be brought out to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Bengals will take over. First and 10 to get this game started. And, of course, the Bronco defense last week outstanding. They pitched a shutout. And for the Bengals, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. Offensively, on the line, it's going to be Steve Mayhew, Kevin Blake, TJ Shaw, Vaughn Taylor, and Matthew Gandy. The receivers will be Tashawn Soller, Laconia Seymour, Ray Dean, and Jay Falk. The running back will be Trayvon Marshall, and the quarterback, number 1, Shaman Walker. They're going to go empty backfield already. Receivers each side. Back to pass is Walker under pressure, stepping up in the pocket, looking for room, being harassed and brought down near the 23. And that's going to bring up second down now for the Bengals. And we'll call that a coverage sack
Yeah.
for the Ohio Broncos.
And I'll tell you what, Trushire did a great job. What he did, I noticed I was watching him, all he did was mirror that quarterback. He never moved. Quarterback went left. He went left. He waited. There was pressure on there, and he was on it.
So 2nd and 13 now for the Bengals. And they'll be moving it from right to left here. Marshall now in the backfield to the left of Walker. 2 receivers to the right. Tight, they'll be tight. Give this one to Walker. Walker trying to find room to run, and he's going to be held up at the line. Robert Thompson in on the tackle. Or excuse me, I apologize. We have a 95 there, but nothing listed on there. So again, we apologize for that here as we. Okay, excuse me, that is going to be Robert Thompson.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is 95.
All right.
I'll tell you what, Jim, he did a great job. He fought off his block. He got about heel depth, and then he just did like he was supposed to do. He was waiting for that back to get to him, so outstanding job on his point. He had nowhere to go. So right now the Bengals 3rd and very long.
3rd and 13 now for Walker with Marshall in the backfield. Receivers 2 by 2. They'll send a man in motion from left to right. That'll be Falk. Back to pass is Walker. He'll complete this out on the swing pass, and they're going to be tripped up near the 20-yard line. Well read by the Ohio Broncos. I believe that's going to be Asian Burt on the tackle. Excuse me if that was number 9. Indeed, that will be Burt on the tackle. Burt, a two-way player, also receiver for this Broncos team.
Well, I'll tell you what, Broncos have done a great job in this first series of scouting them out. They are playing such disciplined football, and linebackers, they're dropping, but they're scraping with the quarterback if he rolls a little bit to the left, which they did. So when he dumped it off, there were people all over him. So that's a great job by the Bronco defense.
4th and 18. Bengals will bring on the punting team. And the Broncos will have 2 returners back. One will be Mike Love. And I want to say the other one is going to be Sequoia Magby. Hard to tell because he has his jersey up under his shoulder pads, Coach.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of snap we get. We're going to get a flag here.
What do we got?
And we're going to get an illegal procedure against the Bengals. And that will put them back 5. 4th and 23 now. And getting pushed a little bit closer to the shadow of their own end zone. And makes you a little sketchy sometimes when you want to punt that one away.
Yep. I'm trying to get the number with the other guy back, and I think it's Magby that's back there with him. And we saw him do some stuff last week. You know, he can move.
All right, so we're going to try this again. Snap is back. They'll get rid of this one, an end-over-end kick. It'll land at the 47, go into Broncos territory off the tips of Love. He has a little bit of room to run. He'll take it out to the sideline and head out at the Bronco 35-yard line.
He bobbled that ball. I tell you what, he gets that ball. I think he can get some yardage on that. But when you bobble it like that, gets behind you, you did a smart thing by running out of bounds. I was hoping he didn't try to circle around because maybe he could have lost at least 10, 15 yards on that.
Yep, just took a little bit of a hop there, slowed him down. But nonetheless, it will be the Broncos' ball. They'll start over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Sewell going to bring in the play from the sideline. 12:03 left here. First quarter just underway. As we
Arctic Bengals got some 2 big tackles. They got to be it looks like they're got to be around 6'5". They are some
one
tall
John McKeever to our side.
Whew.
So Sewell now in the shotgun. Raekwon Vincent in the backfield. He'll be to the right of Sewell. Twin receivers, 2 by 2. And Sewell will take his time. No play clocks here, so we're going to have to watch the back judge. Sewell scanning over the field. First possession for the Broncos. They'll send a man in short motion here from right to left. Vincent on the carry out the left side. A little bit of room to run. He'll fight his way down near the 39-yard line to pick up a 4. 2nd and 6 now for the Ohio Broncos.
Yeah, that was an absolute nice run. He did a great job. But Kiefer was there. Looks like he's playing corner or maybe outside linebacker. I didn't see the defense yet. Outside linebacker, and he was able to come up there and make that play. So outstanding job by his part because he had a running back had some hole there, and he could have done some more damage. So he was up there to fill it in.
Yeah, we'll give you the rest of the Broncos starting lineup here after this play. Sewell now, pistol formation, a running back behind him. Wing to the right, receiver to each side, moving left to right on your iMedia One Network app. They'll send a man in motion from right to left. Sewell now with the handoff, made contact in the backfield, nowhere to go. And you talked about the big guys there. And Donovan Cobb came through like there was nobody in front of him. They'll lose a couple of yards on that play. It'll bring up third down now for the Broncos with just under 11 minutes to play here, first quarter.
Wow, I tell you what, holy mackerel. She was like shot out of a cannon.
We'll give you the rest of the lineup here for the Ohio Broncos. On the offensive line, it'll be John Mack, Charles Scott, Antoine Miles, Brandon Wallace, and Bryce Owens. The receivers will be Sequoia Magby, Asian Burt, Lynn Townsend, and Tony Perrine. The running back, Raekwon Vincent. And, of course, we talked about the quarterback, Marquello Sewell, who will be a key in this game. Sewell now into shotgun, twin receivers to each side now. And we'll have Vincent to the right. 10:24 left here, 3rd and 9. Sewell back to pass. Fires out to the left. That's going to be cut. And it's going to be gone for a touchdown. 64 yards for the Ohio Broncos. They take a 6-0 lead as Sequoia Magby catches it on the slant. And lose a few yards, Coach, no problem. You just throw a touchdown.
I want to tell you something. I talked about that a couple of plays ago. He threads that needle. He rifled that ball in. And the DBs, apparently they just were on their heels, and he caught that ball turned, and he's got some speed. So he outran 3 of the Arctic Bengals. Outstanding job by that young man. I'll tell you what, Broncos came to play. A great job.
Well, one thing we saw with Marquello Sewell, doesn't really get excited much after maybe a negative play. Very calming presence in there. As the offense now will go for 2. They went for 2 every time last week. As they'll go receivers 2 by 2. Vincent still in the backfield. He'll be offset to the right of Sewell. Trying to look over that enormous offensive line for the Broncos. They'll send a man in motion from right to left. Sewell rolling out to the right. Fires over the middle. It's going to be caught. 2 points. And the Broncos take an 8-0 lead. Asian Burt with the reception for the Broncos, and the Broncos strike on their first possession. It's now 8-0.
Yeah, all he did was a quick curl. He sat down. The defender was behind him, and he was just great job. He darted him. He sat down. Touchdown.
So the Broncos quickly get on the board. Keep in mind, they will, and we've talked about this week after week because it is such an advantage now, is getting that ball in the third quarter. You've stopped them on the Bengals on their first series. You've taken that advantage away from them.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, I am very impressed with the way the Broncos have started here. I mean, they're just going at them, but they're running their offense, and they do a great job. I'll tell you what, they are clicking today. So Arctic Bengals, they got to pick it up. They got to score on this. They got to get down there because you can't let this team get ahead of you.
One negative play, and no problem. As Shropshire will kick this one off. 4-play drive, 64 yards. 3-play drive, 64 yards for the Broncos to get into the end zone. Shropshire going to keep this one. Onside kick, and it's going to be down at the 49-yard line. Was loose for a moment, but I believe it's going to be covered up by the Bengals. Devon Taylor there to cover it up. And obviously the Broncos have scouted the Bengals. They do not want to send that ball deep.
Well, and I don't blame them. I think the only thing is I would have preferred that he popped it over that first line because the second line was back a little bit. I think it would have been better off. But great field position now for the Bengals on the Broncos 49.
A lot of faith in the Ohio Bronco defense as Walker now in the shotgun. Back to pass. He'll plant his feet, fire out to the left. Ball's going to be tipped and redirected. Knocked away by LaMarcus Thomas, a 5'10", 205-pound defensive end. Coach, though, like you always tell him, you can't get in, get your hands up.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did. And he timed that perfect, didn't jump, just stuck that big paw out and knocked it down. So I'll tell you what, Broncos are clicking this first quarter. They're getting it done.
2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Ball still at the 49-yard line. Walker with Marshall to his left. Receivers 2 by 2. Walker plants his feet, fires out to the far side, and going to be bringing it into Ohio Broncos territory, past the 45, down to the 44-yard line. And we're trying to get you the receiver's name. Again, we're having some trouble getting these numbers here. They're dark numbers on dark jerseys here, so nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Bengals. Now mark it at the 39. 9:38 left here in the first quarter. Ohio Broncos with an 8-0 lead.
So they got 3rd and 5, so we'll see what they do, because I don't know if I'd give the Broncos anything right here. They have got to get a first down here, or they're going to have to punt it away.
Receivers 2 by 2. Walker in a shotgun again. He'll have Marshall to his right. He'll send Marshall. He'll flex him out and send him back. Hand the ball off on a counter, but he's going to be harassed in the backfield past the 48, and he'll get back. Maybe he'll be about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play. Tried to catch the Broncos off a little bit, but no doing there.
I'll tell you what, the Broncos, they are great feet today. They're getting to that outside, and they're not letting anything outside. I'll tell you what, great job. And you could see the line peeling too, Jim. The tackle and the end on this side, I mean, they're not letting them get any blocks on them, so they're screaming to this. So now they're going for it on 4th down.
LaMarcus Thomas stretching that one out for the Broncos. 4th and 5 now for the Bengals. They're going to go for it, 2 by 2.
Maybe they'll try to draw them.
Marshall and Walker still in the backfield. 8:30 left here, first quarter. Some movement up front. And that's going to be a movement on the Bengals. No problem, no question there. Is Raymond Dean going to be caught for the false start? That'll put him back 5, and that may change their mind if they want to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd have to punt it on that one, Jim, and it looks like he's sending a punting unit in.
5 yards making all the difference there.
Yeah.
They will send out Luigi Lowe to punt this one away.
So they again, didn't move the ball at all. So the Broncos on that drive held them to -1 yard. Great job.
So Lowe, he'll post up right around his own 39-yard line. Broncos again with DeMarquise Owens and LaMarcus Thomas, or excuse me, I believe that's going to be Cornelius Strickland back to return for the Broncos. Snap back high. He'll bring it down, get this one away. Owens is going to let this one roll. Owens had a punt return for a touchdown last week. It'll take an Ohio Bronco roll back out to the 30. So everything going the Broncos' way, even on the punt that they didn't field.
Yeah, because it was going back towards to give Broncos better field position, and they were jumping away from it. I don't think I've ever seen that. You got to down the ball.
Well, that's when you get defensive players on offense.
Yeah.
You get kind of confused them a little bit.
Yeah, got a little confused on that. They should have downed that ball. They gave him an extra probably 5-6 yards on that one.
Nonetheless, 8:12 left here, first quarter. Broncos with an 8-0 lead. They'll have their second possession of the day. And the Broncos will start at their own 30-yard line, moving left to right on your devices. Of course, we are excited about the iMedia One Network app coming up here for high school football as we continue to partner with our Cumulus friends over on Sports Radio 1240, WRQX AM 600. Ben Schlegel over there and Dave Ferris working together concocting the Frankenstein monster that is Friday Night Football. So Vincent in the backfield again to the right of Sewell. Receivers 2 by 2. 2 safeties high for the Bengals. Sewell taking his time. Talked about how calm he is usually. Back to pass. He'll pull it. Fires over the middle. Has a man wide open. Going to just overthrow him. Pass was intended for Segoya Magby, and Magby knows if he had one extra step, that was going to be gone for a 70-yard touchdown.
I'll tell you what, though, Jim. I might want to come back to that because he outrun that DB by at least 3 yards. He was wide open, so he knows he's got the jets to do it. So I guarantee you're going to see that play again shortly.
So 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. As Sewell took a shot downfield. And again, a lot of faith in that Bronco defense. They're willing to take some chances. They'll go 3 receivers to the right now. Single receiver to the far side with 8:06 left here, first quarter. Benson will remain in the backfield. Townsend in motion from right to left. Back to pass. Fires out to the right. He's got Asian Burt. Burt is gone. 70 yards for the Broncos touchdown. They take a 14-0 lead with 7:54 left here in the first quarter. The Broncos doing it through the air and doing it at will.
I can tell you right now, Jim, the Arctic Bengals right now cannot run with the Broncos receivers. The receivers are just dead out running them. He had at least 6 yards on him. I don't know if they forgot about him or there was a broken coverage, but somebody needed to get on him. And all he did was run a streak route, a go route, and there was nobody there. I mean, perfect throw. And like I said, I figured they were going to come back to something because they can't run with them. So this could be a long day right now for the Arctic Bengals. So they have got to get the ball back, be patient, and get down the field and get a score.
Marquello Sewell already 134 yards in touchdown passes, connects 2 in the end zone, and that is just with 7:51 left in the first quarter.
He could probably throw, if he continues to do this, holy mackerel, his throwing numbers are got to be amazing.
Broncos actually going to go for an extra point. Perrine to hold. Shropshire to kick. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. 7:51 left here, first quarter. Broncos take a 14-0 lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the 2025 PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Broncos take a 15-0 lead with 7:51 left here in the first quarter. It has been Marquello Sewell finding his targets through the air on 2 touchdowns for a total of 134 yards.
That's some pretty good numbers, and that's just in the first quarter. That's crazy.
2-play drive. First pass was incomplete. Second one, of course, 70 yards going to Asian Burt. PAT was good.
We seem to have had a penalty on that.
There was something apparently we did not see. So we will move the ball up to the 50-yard line, and we'll see if Shropshire will decide to kick this one deep this time. See if head coach Chris Ballantyne wants to take the chances. And again, the Broncos defensively have been outstanding. I wouldn't see a problem with going deep on this one.
No, I would try to get it in the end zone.
So Will Shropshire will put the boot into it, and this one will head into the end zone for the touchback. And the Bengals will get the ball 1st and 10 with 7:51 left here, first quarter, where it has been all Broncos so far.
You ain't kidding. Your yardage is just unbelievable. Wow. Great job by the Broncos up to this point. So
now back on their first meeting on June 14th, the Bengals got the 1-point win over the Broncos. You would think you would come in with a little bit more confidence. However, as Chris Ballantyne told us in the pregame interviews, there were some personnel that have changed since that first game. You went, Danny Skalecki started at quarterback. Danny is the duct tape of football. He will play anything. But then with Marquello Sewell coming in.
Well, it makes a whole different ball game out of that for sure.
Does.
He's such a threat, and we've already seen him just throwing it. Just diming it everywhere.
So 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Bengals. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, have a wing to the left. We'll give it to Marshall. Marshall hitting the hole fast, and he'll fight his way out to the 30 and near the 31-yard line to pick up a 6, 2nd and 4 for the Bengals as they try to get their offense going.
Well, that was a better run, better job up front. They bottled everybody up, and he was able to get a push and find a seam. And then the big boys were doing a little tush push on that one, so he was able to get about 6 yards on it. So we'll see what happens here. They cannot Don't allow those defensive backs to sleep. They got to be prepared and be ready no matter what.
So 2nd and 6 for the Bengals. 7:17 left here. First quarter, clock continuing to run. Broncos with a 15-0 lead already. As Walker waiting for the snap. Marshall to his left. Twin receivers to the far side. They'll hand this one off to the right side. Nowhere to go. And the ball's loose on the ground. And it's picked up by the Broncos. Ball's loose again. No whistle. And now it's going to be covered up in the end zone. And I believe that's going to be a Broncos touchdown.
That is a touchdown.
Jamiri Boykin, the 6'2", 195-pound defensive back, gets into the end zone. And I'm not sure who had the original coverage. It was on the far side, or excuse me, the recovery. But the Broncos now scored defensively, and it gives them a 21-0 lead with 6:51 left here first quarter.
Holy mackerel. I'll tell you what. Now the defense scores. Wow. Arctic Bengals, they have got to regroup here. Coach has got to get them on that sidelines and settle this team down because as of right now, 21 points in the first quarter, and you still got about, 6:51, 7 minutes to go in just the first quarter. So, and I don't see the Broncos letting up. So we've got to make some adjustments and get this done.
Perrine into hold for Shropshire. Up by 3 touchdowns right now, looking to add another point. Make it 22-0. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. 6:51 left here first quarter. Broncos take a 22-0 lead. You are listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. We're back right after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
6:51 left here first quarter. Broncos with a 22-0 lead. Bengals looking for an answer, Coach.
Well, I want to tell you something. Special team scores, they've already got that in the first quarter with all aspects of scoring. They have really got to tighten it up. They can't panic. Don't do anything silly because right now they've made some big-time mistakes.
Shropshire now to kick this one off at the 35. Kicked that last one off from the 50, got the touchback. Shropshire with a deep kick and a good one. It'll be fielded near the 2-yard line. Bring it back from the end zone. Clock will start, 6:48 left here. Cut back midfield. Bengals with some room to run, and they'll make it out just past the 30, maybe the 31, and that's where the Bengals will set up their next drive, 1st and 10. And again, looking for something, trying to put maybe some small victories together here.
Yeah, you have to at this point. They were lucky because they had him at the 20, and he scored it out of there, so he got an extra 10-plus yards on that. But they have got to now not panic, do what they do best in their offense, and get it done because they can't go 3 and out here because they have not yet stopped the Broncos. And boy, you can't go 28-0 in the first quarter.
Well, looks like they'll mark the ball at the 32. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. 6:41 left here first quarter. Bengals moving right to left on your devices. Back to pass is Walker. Looking out to his left. Fires down the sideline. Has a receiver open. Overthrows him. Not by much. Greatest look they've had today. Jaquan Falk, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Bengals.
Well, I want to tell you something, though. They high-load him, so he would have had to drop that in there, and he just overthrew him. So great job by the Broncos defense on that.
6:34 left here first quarter. As the clock will stop on the incomplete pass. Beautiful day here. Again, just in the upper 80s. Sun will be going down here soon. Bengals moving right to left, right into the sun currently. I don't know if that plays a factor or not, but I don't know if that's a 22-point factor. Walker back to pass. Pump fake out to the right. Got a receiver open, and it's going to be knocked away.
Great job.
That's going to be DeMarquise Owens, who's had a great last 2 weeks. Again, put up the punt return for a touchdown last week, and defensively has been all over the field.
I'll tell you what, he was running shoulder to shoulder with them. He did an outstanding job. The receiver got a little bit behind him, but he was able to leap and knock it out of his hands, so great job.
Deshaun Salter, the intended receiver for the Bengals, and I'll bring up 3rd and 10. A lot of bass in the stadium here. Again, a lot of music. Jermaine Campbell put on quite the show today here. Some food trucks, plenty of beverages, which is nice to have on a warm day here. Clock stop with 6:26 left here, first quarter. Broncos with a commanding 22-0 lead. They'll send a man in motion. That'll be Seymour. Walker back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, under pressure. He'll take it himself out to the right, out near the Bengals sideline. Has some room to run. He'll get into Broncos territory, and he'll be knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Best play of the day for the Bengals, and they believe that is going to be their first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he got outside of the rush, and you got to keep him bottled up. We talked about that in pregame. You give him a little bit outside, and he's going to go. So that's exactly what he did. He was able to get outside. There was nobody there because the receivers ran their DBs off, and I'll tell you what, that was a great run.
They'll mark the ball at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Bengals on the plus side of the field with 6:04 left here, first quarter. Bengals looking for an answer here as they so far have their best drive of the day. So Walker in the shotgun. Marshall offset to his left. We'll give it to Marshall. Marshall tripped coming out of his stance, and he'll be brought down in the backfield. Maybe a lost a yard or two on the play. Trying to get a number on them.
Dan Dano. Even if he didn't trip, Jim, Dano was right there. I think he'd have got him anyway.
Yeah, it looked like he came out of his stance just a little bit awkward there. Maybe tried to cut, not sure what was going on, but made it easy for the Bronco defense.
Absolutely. Slowed him down that little bit.
2nd and 12 now, ball at the Bronco 43-yard line. 5:10 left here, first quarter. Marshall now to the left of Walker in the backfield. Receivers 2 by 2. Back to pass is Walker. Stepping up, fires over the middle, and almost picked off twice. And it went up. And they're going to say, it looked like almost like it went off the foot of Mike Love. And
where's that replay?
I'm telling you, it looked like it was picked up by Reggie Rogers, and we just missed it again. But
holy moly.
The Bengals get a break with 4:52 left here, first quarter. Ball was tipped all over the place.
Yeah, it looked like that thing it hit someone's feet and popped it straight up. It didn't look like it hit the turf, but again, we're up here, they're down there, so he saw something, had a better angle.
Yeah, what made me think it went off his foot is the ball went up after it
hit
Love.
Yeah.
And it looked like it might have been picked up by Reggie Rogers, but nonetheless, it'll be 3rd and 12 now for the Bengals.
Yeah, and I guarantee you they're going to go. This is 2-down territory, even though they got the ball on about the 40 whatever.
Marshall in the shotgun with Walker. Walker back to pass. Under pressure, steps up. Fires downfield, and it's going to be overthrown. Nobody even close to it. I think Carlos Alexander was the closest one to it.
I'm glad he didn't pick that because, that would have had him back down probably within the 5-yard line. So at least we got a flag here. What do we got?
Coming from the far side.
I don't see a signal yet.
Is that a hold?
Foul.
That's going to be a holding in the secondary. So prior to the pass, it's going to be a hold coming up against the Ohio Broncos. And
ouch. That's a first down.
And the Bengals get a big break there with 4:44 left here, first quarter. Their drive will continue. That's the worst thing that's happened to the Ohio Broncos today.
Yeah.
So the Bengals now 1st and 10 at the Bronco 33-yard line. 4.5 minutes left here, first frame. Broncos with a 22-0 lead.
That's a good play, though. He was behind him. Hold him. It's easier.
So Walker back to pass, fires out to the left. It's going to be caught and brought down near the 15-yard line. And an outstanding catch by Laconia Seymour. Went up for it. And the Bengals make it into the red zone. This is the best they've looked in this first quarter, down by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they're getting their game together now. Now they're settled down.
Walker, back to pass, fires out to the left, and it's going to be dropped before he could go anywhere. Saron Adams dropped it out in the flat. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Bengals.
Sanders was right there. I'll tell you what, though, he catches that ball. Whew, that could have been a very bad collision.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Ball at the Broncos' 14-yard line. I don't know if I thought the ball was actually at the 15, but all right, we'll go close.
Right in that area.
We'll go close enough. So
Right
22-0 is your score. Walker in the shotgun. Marshall to his left this time. 3 receivers to the right. Single receiver to the near side. That's going to be Raymond Dean. Walker going to redirect the man to the outside. Walker back to pass, looking out to his left. Stepping up in the pocket, has some room to run, and he'll take it himself, trying to get near the sticks. Slips 1 tackle, and did he get in? Did he get in the corner of the end zone? They're going to talk touchdown. 14 yards for the Bengals, 3:45 left here first quarter. Bengals with their best drive of the day get on the board. It's now 22-6 in favor of the Ohio Broncos.
Yeah, they needed that one, but, you know, they've got to keep it up. Now the offense did their job. Defensively now, they have got to step it up and slow this Bronco offense down. Well, we shall see. Again, we talked about it. These two are matched up quite well. Just quarterback to quarterback themselves. So, again, we'll see exactly how it goes.
So the Bengals will go for 1. As it'll be Sebastian Krause for the extra point. Snap is back. Was a little off, but he'll get it down, and it is good. 3:45 left here first quarter. Bengals get on the board. However, Broncos keep a 22-7 lead. We'll step aside for a quick break. You are listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back right after this.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Nine-play drive for the Bengals as they get into the end zone, cutting the Broncos' lead to 22-7. 3:45 left here first quarter. Here in this 2A PAFL Championship. Jim Craven with you. Bob Gessler, Dave Ferris, Will Craven. As the Bengals will kick this one off, it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line. Shropshire bringing this to the Broncos sideline. Has Owens in front of him. Owens going to deliver a block, and then Shropshire will be pushed out of bounds near the 44-yard line. And that's where the Broncos will take over 1st and 10 with 3:35 left here first quarter, leading by a score of 22-7.
Yeah, Shropshire didn't like that. He didn't like that getting taken out of bounds because, unfortunately, they had him by the hair. But according to the rules, it's hanging down. You're going to get it tugged.
Well, the smart thing is, though, you go into your own sideline.
Yeah, that's true.
We're always coached that. Go to your own sideline. So the Broncos will take over 1st and 10. See where they're going to mark the ball here. It's they'll actually be at the 44. Okay, got that right. That'll be the one time today. We'll take that. I have met my quota on correct calls.
There we go.
Day. Broncos now going to send a single receiver out to the far side. That'll be Magby. Also going to send Lynn Townsend out there as well. Receivers 2x2 now. As Sewell will be the quarterback. One running back, offset to his left. Townsend in motion from left to right. Sewell now directing Townsend. He'll line up right over the guard. They'll hand this one off. It'll be Vincent out near the 40, we'll call it the 48. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6 now for the Ohio Broncos.
Yeah, simple dive pattern. I'll take that on on the first one. First down, you get 4 yards on that one. I'll take that all day.
Plenty watching in here. Some of the big names that we know there, Coach. So, Billy Cole looking in. Say hi to him. David George Sr.
There we go.
Former teammate of mine, former owner of the Ohio Gladiators. As the Broncos now again 2x2. Sewell in the backfield. Vincent offset to his right hip with 2:56 running here on a running clock. 2nd and 6 there as Townsend now will go in motion from left to right. They'll send him back. Marquello Sewell with the handoff. Raekwon Vincent. Vincent going to fight forward, and he may have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Broncos.
Yeah, they're just testing the waters up front, getting the clock to run a little bit, but yeah, better be ready right now because they're gonna go to the well one of these times. Got to be smart with it.
Yeah, for the Broncos, really no urgency. Again, you don't see any panic with a play that negative play or a play that doesn't gain any yardage. I'm actually going to say he gained a yard on this one. I'll say the 49, so we'll make it 3rd and 5. It'll be Burt and Perrine, twin receivers to the near side. It'll be Magby and Townsend to the left of Marquello Sewell. Benson's offset left of Sewell this time in the backfield. Back to pass is Sewell looking downfield, fires out to his left, has a man wide open. It's going to be intercepted, knocked away. Magby with the IQ play.
There's a
realized.
Flag. Oh, come on.
And I don't know what the flag was going to be.
He taunted him, Jim. He walked over to him.
Okay, an unsportsmanlike conduct call, but a smart play by Sequoia Magby, picked off by the Bengals. Magby knocked it loose before he could establish possession. Are they going to say that's an interception? Are we flipping around here? Okay.
No.
I thought he said that was an incomplete pass. Wait a minute. Let's see what's going on here.
Well, he caught, but he caught it and got knocked out, so they called it incomplete.
So is it incomplete or a fumble? Either way, it should be something.
It'll be, if incomplete, it'll be 4th down.
Okay. I was concerned for a moment that.
And look who's on the field to snap the ball. We talked about him.
Danny Skalecki, number 1, will come in as I believe the long snapper. As we have a 4th down now. This will be the first 4th down of the day for the Broncos. And it'll be Will Shropshire back to punt. I believe that's Trayvon Marshall back to return. He'll post up right around his own 30. Shropshire will post up right around his own 18-yard line. Broncos punting team getting set. Slow snap, and Shropshire is going to drop this one. He'll get it away, but it's going to be a short, high one, and it's going to take a Broncos going to be touched and picked up by the Bengals and pushed out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Ben Huppenthal taking the chance on that one. Gives the Bengals great field position, and it was Shropshire who, I don't know if he couldn't handle the snap or if it was a little off.
Yeah, it was low, but he should have been able to pick that up and go. So I think it was low and he just dropped it. So this is what we talked about, mistakes, Jim. You're opening the door now for the Arctic Bengals. You had them down by 22, and they're fighting back right now. Great field position on that punt.
They're going to mark the ball at the 26-yard line. You kind of feel a momentum swing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, after being down 22-0, Bengals now down 22-7. 1st and 10, ball at the Broncos 26-yard line. I think the Bengals have settled down a little bit. So Sean Salter will be the outside receiver with the 3 receivers set to the right of Walker. And the Broncos will take a timeout. 1:32 left here in the first quarter. Broncos with a 22-7 lead will step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTB, The Scourge.
1:32 left here, first quarter. Bengals 1st and 10 at the Broncos 26-yard line. Walker in the shotgun, Marshall to his left. 3 receivers to the right side. They'll send Seymour in motion. Back to passes Walker, looking out to his left. Under pressure. We're going to get a hold on the Bengals, but Walker will head out at the 15-yard line, but we could clearly see there was going to be a hold on that left side of the line.
Yeah, they got him. That's all right. That's exactly forced. But, again, you got to contain him to the inside, and that's exactly what happened. He got held. He was and he got outside of him, and they right in front of the official. The officials see that stuff. You start grabbing cloth.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Jackson was the victim. He's listed as 6 foot 260. He looks a lot taller to me than 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if somebody else is wearing his number or not, but he looks like one of the tallest individuals on the field.
Yep.
As Austin Druard will check in for the Broncos, listed as 6'2", 290. And again, looks a little tall. I don't know, Coach. I mean, maybe it's my angle, but he looks taller than 6'2".
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so the Bengals. 1st and 20 from the Broncos' 36-yard line. Walker in a shotgun, 3 receivers to his right. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Stoll. Handoff up the middle. That'll be Marshall, and he'll be swallowed up in the middle of that line. He may have picked up a few yards on the play, but Austin Druard, who we just talked about, wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Yep. All he did was bear hug him and said, I'm just going to ride you down to the ground. That's a great job.
Yeah, great tackle there, but when 73 comes down on you.
Yeah, you're going to feel that a little bit. It might be a little sport tomorrow morning.
That'll take years off your career.
Yeah, off your life.
The 2nd and 16 now at the Bronco 32. Just under 30 seconds to play here in this very long first quarter. As Walker now in the shotgun, Marshall to his left, 3 receivers to the right of Walker. Single receiver to the near side, back to pass. Walker looking out to his left, fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Laconia Seymour. And the clock will stop with 11 seconds left here. Again, this has been a very long first quarter. Broncos doing a lot of scoring there, so a lot of clock stoppages.
Incomplete pass, kills the clock, 11 seconds. They're going to have to run this play for the half.
Sun's starting to go down to our left here, Coach, making it a lot more comfortable.
Yep. Well, clouded up pretty good up here, so that really helped, too.
And you wonder if that was a problem for the Bengals with this. They were going right into the sun.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Not to make any excuses there. I'm sure they wouldn't either. Deshaun Salter will be the receiver to the right side. He'll now come in tight. Twin receivers to the left of Walker. Marshall to his right. He'll send and we're going to get a whistle.
Oh, they ran the quarter.
All right. So after one, the Ohio Broncos, they jump out to a quick 22-7 lead over the Bengals. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the PFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got Gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
We'll flip sides of the field here. 15 minutes up here on the board. Second frame coming up. As the Bengals now have the ball 3rd and 16 at the Bronco 32-yard line. And it'll be Walker still in the shotgun. Marshall in the backfield with him. Single receiver to the near side. Walker back to pass. Looking over the middle. Fires out to Marshall in the flat. Trying to break down. Going to avoid one tackle and make it past the 30 down near the 28-yard line. Trayvon Marshall with the pickup here, though. It's still going to be 4th down, though, for the Bengals.
Yeah, you're looking 4th and at least 13. So 12-13. Obviously, they got to go for it.
He's got to mention Tyree Knight joining us here and on one of the social media feeds. One of the fun players to watch for the Cobras, and quite frankly has enough syllables in his name to make it sound good every time he does something. Tyree Knight. And, of course, now joined by Dave Slaff-Thompson from the Cobras. He's representing there. So
just walked past, checking it out.
As Walker now in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, single receiver to the right. That's going to be Salter. Back to pass is Walker. Under pressure, going to elude it, head towards the Broncos sideline, and finally going to fire it off down into the end zone. Hail Mary pass, and it's going to be knocked away. And it's going to be a turnover on downs as Walker really extended that play.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. The defensive line did a great job getting him to the outside, and they bottlenecked him in, and there was a lot of – it looked like there was at least 8 guys back there, 4 and 4 from both teams, and they got it knocked down. So great job by the defense of the Broncos.
Broncos take over 1st and 10. Get the turnover on downs, but for the Bengals, seems like they've settled in a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
And they're ready to compete here, Coach. 22-0, a little bit of a concern there, but put together a nice drive to get that first 7 points.
Yep, absolutely. Broncos helped them out a little bit on some penalties, and you got to be aware of that. Don't give them anything, but, again, they went down, got the job done, so little help never hurts anybody.
Well, Benson will head to the sideline. Now it'll be Sewell in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Actually, they'll move that right slot in a little bit. He'll be a wing on to the right. Send a man in motion. That'll be Perrine. Sewell waiting for the ball. Perrine now the wing left. They'll hand the ball off. Going to be tripped up. May have accidentally picked up a yard on the play there, falling forward. Trying to get a number.
Lost a couple on that one.
Okay. Thought he fell forward, but they're going to say, must have said his knee went down. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Broncos at their own 26-yard line. 13:30 left here, first half. Broncos with a 22-7 lead.
They got to get back into the groove of throwing the ball. Mix it up a little bit. They've been run, then try to pass, and they got to mix it up just a little bit. So hopefully they'll come out here, pass. You'd be looking for it.
D'Angelo James in the backfield now, offset to the right of Marquello Sewell. Twin receivers to each side. Sewell hands it off this time to D'Angelo James. He'll fight his way forward out past the 30, near the 31-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Broncos.
Well, they're going to have to get got to get a first down on here.
It's 3rd down.
John McKeever having a good time out there for the Bengals. I don't know what he was doing out there, dancing in the Broncos half of the field there. But just about 12 and a half minutes left here, first half. Great night here in the Akron area. Sewell Now in the shotgun. Receivers 2 by 2. 12-17 as the clock continues to run. Sewell back to pass. Fires out to his right, and it's going to be intercepted by the Bengals at the 35. They're going to head to the end zone. Touchdown Bengals. 22-13 is the score.
And we talked about mistakes. Mistakes can kill you. Bengals have just hung in there, did what they got to do, and Broncos, they lost the momentum here. Boy, you just threw it over to the other side, so they've got to get some composure here. Still up by a touchdown or so.
Trying to get a number for you. Who picked that off? And again, we're having a tough time seeing these numbers here, but nonetheless, the Bengals cut the lead of the Broncos. It's 22-13. So a timeout taken here. 12 minutes left here, and I believe that's going to be Javon Tarver, the safety for the Bengals, who took that one in 35 yards. And wow, Coach, how things change very quickly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's what I said. Got to be patient. Don't give up. Got to get it done.
So it was heard.
Broncos can't lose their cool.
Thought they said they took a timeout, but all right, no problem. All right. So the Bengals for the extra point now. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. 12 minutes left here, second quarter. Bengals, well, actually going to be a flag on the play, as they're going to say there was a false start on the Bengals or an illegal procedure. And guess they'll try to make them kick this again.
Absolutely.
That's what I would do, Coach. At one point, may make a big difference here.
Absolutely, it will.
This really has changed around here. Marquello Sewell, one of the very few mistakes that we've seen him make. What a great play by Javon Tarver. So we'll try the extra point again. Walker to hold. Snap is back. Kick is through the line, and no good. That could be huge later on. With 12 minutes left here, second quarter, the Ohio Broncos with a 22-13 lead over the Bengals. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
12 minutes left here, second quarter. Bengals get into the end zone on a 35-yard interception return for a touchdown by Tarver. Cuts the Broncos lead to 22-13, and after a 22-0 start for the Broncos, again, we talk about momentum. It has been a huge flip.
The other thing I want to point out, that David Ringer just bowled his way through there, and he was able to get that big body out nice and wide and block that extra point.
All right, so the Broncos with a kit, end over end, is going to make it out to the 25. Shropshire going to hand this one to Owens. Owens to the near side, getting up the Broncos sideline. He'll be pressured, reaching for the ball, and still fighting forward. Ball. Well, they thought the ball was loose, but he'll make his way out to the 40-yard line. That's where the Broncos will start first and 10 with 11:47 left here in the second quarter. And the Bengals now playing with a little more confidence.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, they're getting after it. Now they're starting. They woke up. You woke up the bear, and you were poking at him, and that bear, he's going to get him. These guys have got to fight. They've got to get something together here, calm down offensively, and get down there and score.
Yeah, last time these two teams met on June 14th, it was a 1-point win for the Bengals. The Bengals were at home that day. Both rosters seem to be pretty full. With 11:47 left here, second quarter. First and 10 for the Bengals. Or excuse me, for the Broncos. Sewell in a shotgun. We'll get a whistle. And this is going to be an official. There was some talk on the Bengals side trying to figure out what the deal is. All right, 11:47 left here as our referee makes his way back to the.
Yeah, he was talking to the coach on the sidelines.
All right, so we got a little excited there. Tried to play without the referee. All right. They don't like that. Sewell with the handoff to James. James tripped up here. He'll make it past the 40, down near the 41. Pick up a 1, 2nd and 9 now for the Ohio Broncos.
They test the waters on first down, and, they're getting a few yards here and there. I think they've got to do a little bit of play action, get them backers up, and then dump something over the middle.
2nd and 9. As the sun has started to go down here, still light here, but much more comfortable. As Townsend and Burt will be the twin receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Sewell in the shotgun. Back to pass, he'll plant his feet, stepping up in the pocket, looking for some room to run, still looking downfield, and he's going to be upended at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Broncos, and Sewell under pressure there. Bengals doing a better job now of trying to seal him in.
Yeah, what they did was they spied him and they shot somebody over there, and when he went wide, the defensive guy went wide and he had nowhere to go.
Clock continues to run, 10:38 left here, second quarter. Ohio Broncos 22, the Beaver County Arctic Bengals 13. 8-point difference here. Bengals started down with the spotting the Ohio Broncos 22 points. As Sewell now in the shotgun, 3rd and 9. Receivers 2 by 2, one running back offset to the left of Sewell. They will send Perrine in motion from right to left. Perrine, he'll plant near the left side. Sewell going to call his own number, get upfield, he'll spin past the 45, down near the 46-yard line. Pick up a 5. It's now going to be 4th and 4 for the Ohio Broncos.
Yeah, let's see what they do.
Say that 10 times. 4th and 4 for the
4th and 4.
4th and 4.
4th and 4.
All right.
And it looks like they are going to go for it.
And again, defensively, the Broncos have been playing well enough. I think if I was Chris Ballantyne, I would trust them and take a shot at this.
And we have a timeout.
All right, Broncos are going to take a timeout. 9:40 left here, first quarter. Ohio Broncos 22. Beaver County Arctic Bengals 13 here at the PAFL 2A Championship. We're back right after this.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
9:40 left here, second quarter. Broncos with a 22-13 lead. And Marquello Sewell, after starting off with 134 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, they've kind of slowed him down just a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you, I attribute that to the Bengals' defense. They've really done a great job, defensive backs to this point, and they've shut him down, and they've given him no room to run, and we'll see what happens here.
4th and 4, ball at the Broncos' 46-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for it. Sewell in a shotgun. Receivers 2 by 2. D'Angelo James now going to be sent out to the left side. It'll be an empty backfield for the Bronco signal caller. He'll step back. Might be looking at a pooch kick here. And indeed, he will punt this one. It's going to go off his toe. and roll downfield. So after a not so great punt, it'll be picked up and brought down near the 32-yard line. And probably not a bad call, but it just came off his toe a little awkwardly.
I think when he dropped the ball, he almost missed it, and that was a problem. He kicked the wrong end. He missed the center of the ball, and it just kind of squibbed.
All right, Bengals get the stop on the Broncos with 9:28 left here, second quarter. They're down by 8. I'll mark this actually at the 33-yard line.
Not horrible, so. But it could have been a better punt, and they could have got it down there maybe about the 10, 15 or so.
Indeed. As the Bengals looking to close the gap on this one before the half. And the Broncos will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Wow.
So Bengals taking a long time in the huddle here.
That's a long time in the huddle.
I'm watching for the back judge. Oh, actually, the referee just now blowing the whistle for play.
Okay.
So the play clock will start then. So some discussion there going on in the Bengal huddle with the referee, I guess. So they'll go 2 by 2. Walker still in the shotgun. Marshall to his right. Marshall back to pass, 3-step drop. Pump fakes, under pressure, fires out to his left, and it's going to be knocked away. Beautiful play by Demetrius Dixon, the 6 foot, 180-pound defensive back for the Broncos.
Yeah, it looked like Dixon stumbled on that throw, and then he was able to correct himself from falling down and just get a hand in there.
I'll say Walker had a lot of time back there as well, so the Bengal offensive line doing a good job here as the clock stops with 9:21 left here, second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bengals at their own 31-yard line. They'll go 3 receivers to the right of Walker this time. Single receiver to the far side. Walker back to pass, rolling out to the far side. He's going to have some room to run. He's going to take it himself. Be ripped down by his head. That's going to be Ja'Cory Jackson on the tackle, but Jackson down on the Bengals sideline, and he immediately reached for that left leg. He came down kind of awkwardly, probably no more awkwardly than Walker did, but injury timeout over on the Bengals sideline with the Broncos player. Jackson, 6 foot, 260 pounds. Hopefully nothing serious there. 9:08 left here in the second quarter, and take a quick injury timeout as they tend to.
It looked like he come down on his back pretty hard, Jim.
All right, so let's hold that thought for a second as the Broncos players coming off the sideline and
helping him out. It's all right.
Yeah, Jackson looking no worse for the wear, actually.
Probably knocked the wind out of him. He slammed pretty hard down on the ground.
Yeah, he was the one that made the tackle, but just came down awkwardly. High tackle up around the head. Shamon Walker. So, yeah, no, doesn't seem to be limping, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will see him back in here as well. Make sure we have the right player, too. Yep, we do. Okay. Don't want to give any families any stress that they don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're actually going to mark the ball at the 36. It'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Bengals. 9:08 left here, second quarter. And a little baseball organ music to go with it.
And the officials are in the Bronco huddle now.
Yeah, Will Shropshire checking in on the defense. I'm not sure what that conversation was about, but the officials doing some officiating.
Because officials officiate.
That's what they do.
Exactly.
They're going to teach. All right. So clock will continue to run here, just under 9 minutes to play, first half. Walker back to pass, 3-step drop, pump fake, going to take it himself. Out to the far side, elude one tackle, and Shropshire will be the closest one to him. He'll try to bring him down just short of the first down. And it looked like a lineman reached up and took the ball from him. I don't know if they're going to let that ride. But if they do, that's going to be a first down for the Bengals.
But he was stopped.
Yeah, it looked like his progress was stopped.
His progress was stopped. That's not a good
And they're going to
call
say
at
it's a
all.
first down. And like I said, I couldn't see what was going on the far side, but it looked like a lineman.
All he did was he held it out trying to get the first down, but his momentum had stopped. And somebody hit the ball, and the lineman got it, and wow. Okay.
That was his big moment there. Didn't get to the end zone, but it's a 1st and 10.
Got him a first down, though.
At the Bengal 49
Wow.
yard line.
Okay. I got to say, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, now you can never say that again.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
We've seen some strange things over the years with, you know,
Oh, yeah.
20, 30 games that we do a year. Football games, anyway. All right, receivers 2x2 for Walker. As he waits for the snap. Low snap, back to pass, fires out to his left. Caught at the 45. They'll get into Broncos territory. Walker took a little bit of a shot from Will Shropshire.
Oh, Jim, it was more than a little shot. He leveled him.
Well, their football players are tough. We'll go with that.
But I heard they're not as tough as hockey players.
I don't know. That's, I don't know. Nonetheless here, Bengals in Bronco territory now with just under 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half. After a very slow start by the Bengals, they battle their way back. 22-13 is your score in favor of the Ohio team. As Walker now in the shotgun. Marshall to his left. 3 receivers to the near side here. As Walker now making some calls to that 3 receiver formation. Back to pass. Under pressure, fires out to the left. And he's going to throw this one out of bounds.
I was going to say, Jim, as I was looking at somebody did a chop block, they called it. I watched somebody come flying in there and chop one of the rushers, and they got him.
And the officials will call that just about every time. That's a dangerous play, and somehow or another we have a Bengals coach out on the field.
Yeah, again.
Again. You know, we've had that issue several times this year.
Wow, he's that or waving it off.
Okay, so no call here. After some discussion, they're going to say, well, never mind.
I mean, wow, from up here, it looked like they chopped them, but, it wasn't a high-low. It looked like the back just went in there and took his knees out.
Well, I think they're going to agree with the Bengals here and say no. So, 3rd and 3 now, ball at the...
They're still discussing. I'm telling you, that should have been called.
And the officials are at midfield having a discussion. And
they keep pointing to the Bengals. That was clearly a chop.
As we get a delay here, 6:51 left. Here's a little bit of Jeopardy music playing. Because right now, we just don't know. All right, so the Broncos are going to head to the sideline. And did somebody take a timeout?
No, it wouldn't be a time. I don't know.
Yeah, at this point, we haven't been told anything. We haven't been signaled anything from our officials as they are going to wave the flag off. 6:51 left here, second quarter.
Wow. Okay.
All right. We'll run with that.
Well, we don't have a choice.
No,
they
we don't.
called
No,
it and
actually,
picked
we
it
don't.
up.
We actually don't. All right, so it will remain 3rd and 3. Ball at the Bronco 44-yard line. As Dave's checking for some rain out there, I think. Great night up here at Joseph B. Yost Stadium here in Akron, Ohio.
Beautiful facility.
We have food, we have drinks.
And football.
Plenty of football, and it is just getting started as the PAFL wraps up. High school going to be starting here in less than a week. As Walker now in the shotgun. Single receiver to the near side. They'll have Marshall in the backfield with him still. Back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Firing downfield. Some contact. No. And we're going to get a flag.
Oh, that should have been
DeMarquise,
incidental.
They're going to have DeMarquise Owens on the pass interference. That'll give the Bengals an automatic first down. With 6:25 left here in a very slow-moving first half. And I think he would have gotten away with it until Owens was behind him and kind of still had
But
contact.
the play, there's no way he would have caught that ball either. That thing was way out there. I understand he held him up, but I didn't think there was no way he was going to get to that.
You're getting right into midseason form here with the officials.
Well,
for high school.
Yeah,
anyway.
they were waving it off.
All right, so that's 2 flags that they've changed their mind on.
And I agree. There's no way they could have caught that. It should be 4th down.
So they're going to mark this back at the Broncos' 44-yard line, still 4th and 4.
Well, at least I'm 500
4th and 3, excuse me. And the officials taking their time to discuss this, trying to get it right.
And you know what? I respect that for that. I do. They talk about a make a call. You know, Jim, you're an official. Maybe one of these guys could correct, and they did.
So the Bengals now with a big 4th down here, 6:15 left here, clock running. Trying to keep this drive going before the half. Down 22-13. Wasn't looking too good there after the 22-0 lead by the Broncos, but Bengals kind of regained their composure as they'll go 3 receivers to the right. Walker in the shotgun, Marshall to his left. Single receiver to the far side here on 4th down. Back to pass. Walker stepping up in the pocket, runs into one of his own players, fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, a turnover on downs. And the Broncos will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44 with 5:42 left here in the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, Walker gets in trouble, and he just chucks it down the field, and that's going to bite him again. Can't do that. Eat the play. Take the play out of there. Just either that or throw it out of bounds or take the sack. Can't just wing it in the air. Someone's going to pick that off, and you got problems.
So after all the scoring by the Broncos in the first quarter, it's been all Bengals here in the second quarter. However, a turnover on down for the Beaver County team. Both teams 8-2 officially in the PFL coming into today's game. The Bengals, though, with a 1-point win over these very Ohio Broncos back on June 14th. Sewell now in the shotgun. He'll have 3 receivers to his left. He'll be single receiver to the far side. Broncos moving right to left on your devices. Clock will start on the snap. So with the call. Now hand it off the left side. And Raekwon Vincent will fight his way past the 45 down to the 47-yard line. Pick up a 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 now for the Broncos.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm the Bengals coach, I'm going to sink the house every time on 1st down because they have run every time on 1st down. Take that chance.
So things cooling off just slightly here. Bengals on the far side as the visitors, the Ohio Broncos, the home team. So back in the shotgun, he'll send 3 receivers to the left side, single receiver to the far side. Benson in the backfield. He'll give it to him, and he'll be upended right at the line of scrimmage. And that'll be, I believe, a loss of at least a yard. Donway Curtin on the tackle for the Bengals. They'll bring up 3rd and 8 now for the Ohio Broncos with 4.5 minutes left here in the first half.
They're getting into a rhythm where they're run, pass, and they've got to mix it up a little bit. Because now they're going to back them linebackers up knowing that they're going to throw the ball.
So they'll mark the ball at the 46, 3rd and 8 now. Second quarter action here from Akron, Ohio. PAFL's 2A championship. One of 2 championship games to be played here in August. As Sewell now waiting for the snap. Back to pass, looking out to his left. Under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Sacked in the backfield. Ball's loose, but I think they're going to say he was down. I believe he was wrapped up and down, and that was a good call by the officials. And we'll try to get a number on the defender there because it was great play by the Bengals. Whitney White, the linebacker, for Beaver County. Comes in and gets the sack, brings up a 4th down for the Broncos. And Will Shropshire will come on to punt this one away. Danny Skalecki coming on to snap.
Swell just took too long. He held that ball forever. Cannot do that. They're coming after you. You got to get it down.
So the Bengals back to return. They'll post up right around their own 35-yard line. Shropshire will post up right around his own 22 or 23. 2 returners back for the Bengals. Trayvon Marshall will be the near returner. Shropshire, the right-footed kicker, gets a good punt off. Marshall looking to field this one. He's going to let it go. And Asian Burton, the closest one to it for the Broncos. He'll down it. And the Bengals will take over 1st and 10 near the 12 or 13-yard line on their end of the field with 2:34 left here in the first half, trailing by 8.
Yeah, they get the ball in the 14 coming out, so defensively now the Broncos have got to stop them, try to work field position, shut them down here, go in the locker room with 8-point lead, and it's the best you got to go.
Yeah, for the Bengals, it would be a huge to even get to that 21-point mark after being down 3 scores.
Now they're fighting back. They weren't laying down and dying. They got here because they're a very good football team, so.
Sometimes a little shell shock there at first, especially when you're dealing with a quarterback like Marquello Sewell.
You know, but you just settle down, play your game, dig back, and it's exactly what they did.
So Walker in an empty backfield, back to pass, fires out to his left, caught, and it's going to be brought out near the 25, maybe to the 26, depending on where they're going to mark it. That should be enough for a Bengals first down. Clock running with 2:20 left here. We'll see if they get to the 2-minute warning here before they can run another play, but the Bengals going to go right back to the line. Walker in his shotgun, Marshall to his left, 3 receivers to the near side.
Gave him the first down, Jim.
And there's some movement up front. No flag. He's going to throw this one down the sideline. Owen's there, and he's going to tip this one away. And that should stop the clock with 2:02 left.
We got a yellow flag down. Ooh.
And there was a delay on that. I mean, we saw the movement, Coach. We just didn't
and they called
get a
it
call.
On the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, that's a tough one, Coach. It looked like it was simultaneous, but I guess that would be a judgment call. Here's on to, speaking of league commissioners, Dave Duncan of the PFA listening and watching in. Dave,
wow,
playing for years at this level. Doing a great job with the PFA. They'll mark the ball at the 30 this time.
2-minute warning.
And they'll run this one down to 2 minutes. 22-0 is the score in favor of the Ohio Broncos. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back on the other side.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Two minutes left here, first half. Broncos 22, Bengals 13. As we approach the break, Bengals with the ball, 1st and 5. At the 30-yard line. A much better situation. Coach, I know you like 1st and 15, but.
Yeah. Seemed to be our scenario. Yeah.
Walker in the shotgun. Marshall to his right. Also the man in motion from left to right. Walker rolling out to the near side, looking downfield. And he's going to throw this one out to the sideline. Sidearmed it. Try to complete it right around the 37-yard line. Pass was intended for Jaquan Falk, the Bengal wide receiver. And Walker does a good job in his own right extending those plays for the Bengals.
Yeah, but he also takes chances, Jim, and I just, whew, you know what? Throw it away. Do not throw in a crowd like that.
Coach, I'm going to throw a name out. There's a gentleman named Mike Withrow watching.
Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Mike.
10 years ago to this month. We were all together.
Yeah, exactly. Real proud of my ring and the trophy and, you know what, of what they gave me and themselves. They earned it.
Walker rolling out to the far side. He'll set his feet, fire, and it's going to be caught, but brought down just short of a first down, just about a yard for the Bengals with 1:42 left here, first half. Clock will continue to run. The Bengals will have 2 shots at this here, but time now running down as we hit the 90-second mark here, first half.
They got to be aware here. So are they going to get just running the ball, get a yard, or are they going to try to go to the well?
Walker taking it himself there on the read, and he's going to reach out. He'll get the first down out at the 40-yard line. Bengals drive will continue. Clock will stop temporarily here with 1:09 left. Or was there a timeout taken? Now they're going to move the sticks here, so. And Will Shropshire.
Timeout, Jim.
All right, timeout here on the field. 1:01 left here, second quarter. Broncos with a 22-13 lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia 1 Network.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia 1 Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia 1 Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia 1 Network, your sports app in the Valley.
1:01 left here, first half. Broncos with a 22-13 lead. And after a very active first quarter for the Ohio Broncos, it's been the Bengals here in the second quarter fighting back. So first and 10 from the Bengals 40-yard line. Walker in the shotgun. He'll have the receivers 2 by 2. Marshall will remain in the backfield. Walker, 3-step drop, stepping up, fires down the sideline, has a man wide open. He's going to overthrow him. Incomplete pass. Pass was intended for Tashawn Salter. And a great opportunity for the Bengals with 59 seconds left here in the second quarter. Just couldn't connect on it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It was like the DBs kind of gave up with the Broncos, and coaches, he's getting on them about it. You got to turn the run. You got to get it done. Can't just stop while you're running, the ball's in the air, thinking you're going to overthrow it. He dimes that, you're done.
Putty Putnam, the defensive coordinator for the Ohio Broncos. I'm sure that will not make him happy.
Oh.
Putty's been around for a long time here. Owns a restaurant, so you got to admire that guy.
Oh, really?
I can't have a friend like that. I have nothing but bypasses. From what I hear, the food's really good. There's a plug for you, Putty.
Yeah, there you go.
Walker in the shotgun. Marshall again to his left. Receivers 2 by 2, rolling out to the far side. Plants his feet, looking downfield. Doesn't have anybody open. Going to have to take it himself. And he's finally going to fire downfield, and it's going to be thrown into the dirt. Nothing but orange jerseys around on that one. It'll bring up third down now for the Bengals. They had just 50 seconds to work with here in the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, both these quarterbacks, they are taking chances. I'll tell you what, he likes to keep the play going, but you're throwing it in the middle of that field. That ain't a good place to throw it. Throw it out of bounds. Try not to force it.
Now I see a guy in about the fourth row in the stands over there I would have thrown it to.
Exactly right.
But the ball remained at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 10 now. Just 50 seconds left here And if the scoreboard is correct, 1 timeout left for each team, as the pace is definitely slowed here towards the end of the second quarter. Raymond Dean will be the receiver to the far side in the 2x2 set. Walker in the shotgun. Marshall in the backfield as well. Back to pass is Walker. Has time, looks downfield, fires out to the sideline, caught. And he's going to get to midfield. Where are they going to mark it, though?
He's short.
And they're going to say flag in the backfield, and there's going to be a hold against the Bengals. That's going to come back. So after a great play, the Bengals will be assessed a holding penalty, and the referee says there was an attempt to rip a jersey off. I think that's what he was trying to say. And it leaves 42 seconds left here in the half. Bengals, I don't know what their range is on field goals, but I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten down here and at least attempted that.
Well, let's see. A 70-yarder was kicked the other day, so, I mean,
Well, I think that guy's going to probably make a roster somewhere.
You think?
You know. Ball now marked at the 30-yard line after the 10-yard penalty. Bengals will have to get to the midfield stripe for a first down as the clock will continue to run with 25 seconds. Walker stepping up to make the call. Marshall to his left. 3 receivers to the near side. They're going to have Owens and Rogers defensively. Fires over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete at the 48-yard line. 4th down now for the Bengals with just 12 seconds left here, Coach. And at this point, do you take a shot? Do you take a risk? Going into halftime, you're only down by 8 after you were down by 22.
Well, I got to think you're going to have to punt the ball because.
Yep, indeed, that's what they are going to do as they count up their players. Brandon Cranmer looks like he's coming on the punt for the Bengals. Now, DeMarquise Owens back to return. I don't know if you want to kick the ball to him. Agent Burt going to roll back there with him as well. And the Broncos are going to take a timeout. 12 seconds left here. We'll keep it right here just before the half. Caught Dave off guard there. But coming up this Thursday, the Ohio high school football season gets under the way with the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. And we'll kick it off Thursday with Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris at Campbell Memorial High School as the Red Devils will host the Liberty Leopards on Thursday night. That's going to be a 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff. And then on Friday, we have a doubleheader over on Western Reserve Radio. It is going to be the Poland Bulldogs traveling to Salem to take on the Quakers. You and I will have that game in Salem on Western Reserve Radio and WRQX AM 600, The Patriot. And Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris will have the Canton McKinley Bulldogs and the Warren Harding Raiders over on Sports Radio 1240 and Western Reserve Radio 2. And, of course, you can catch all the action on the iMedia One Network app. Now available for iPhone and Android. Dave, on time, showing you the graphics. We want to give you the best mental image you can.
Well, everybody needs a Dave Ferris. That's just how it is.
I'm telling you, I said we can duplicate him and sell him on Amazon. All right. So back to punt are the Bengals. High snap. He'll bring it down. No problem. Get this one away, and it's going to be a good punt. Owens, though, going to field this one at the 31. He'll pick it back up after he bobbled it. Fight his way forward.
Oh, somebody got it.
And he'll fight his way past the 45 to the 47 and be brought down. Owens last week with a 60-yard punt return. And that will bring us to the end of the first half here in Akron. After 2, the Broncos will go into the break with a 22-13 lead over the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. We'll step aside for a timeout. We come back, we'll get you a scoring recap and talk some more high school football, too, as we get ready for this week coming up. All that and more here at the half. You're listening to the PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Woo! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you, who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Get 'em me drain. Get 'em me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get 'em me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and CityView Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Halftime here in Akron, Ohio. The PAFL 2A championship, one of two championships to be played this month. Next one on August 30th, as the Columbus Fire will take on the Miami Hurricanes. Details to come on that one in the next few weeks from the PAFL and Commissioner Jermaine Campbell. Take a look at the scoring recap here in the first half, and it was a momentum swing back and forth here as the Ohio Broncos, they would strike quickly. 10:09 of the first quarter would be Marquello Sewell hitting Sequoia Magby on a 64-yard touchdown pass. That would give the Broncos an 8-0 lead. They would convert on the 2-point conversion. For the Broncos, it would be 2 plays and 70 yards on a strike to Asian Burt that would give them a 15-0 lead in the first quarter. And then it would be 6:51 of the first quarter before the Bengals would get on the board. To be Boykin recovering a fumble in the end zone to cut the lead to 22-7. 22-7. Missed one in there somewhere. And then in the second quarter, it'd be Tarver on a 35-yard interception return for the Bengals. They will cut the lead to 22-13. That's where we are here at the half. And Coach, for the Bengals, it could have been a situation where they could have said, "Oh no, here we go." But after they settled down, kind of got comfortable a little bit here, and scored 13 unanswered points.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting.
I said that when they were down 3 scores. I said, you just don't panic. Do what you do and do it right. Keep chipping away. But now, again, unfortunately, the Broncos handed to them on that pick, and that really helped them. And they went down and drove on the next one, and so they've really got themselves in this game very easily now. They're coming out defensively. They got to stop the Broncos from going right down. So if they get the ball back, keep their momentum, this could be very interesting by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Broncos started out in their first 2 drives, 3 plays, 65 yards. Second drive, 2 plays, 70 yards. Could have taken the heart out of the Bengals.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready.
Interception return for a touchdown. They get a recovery in the end zone. The Broncos got the recovery in the end zone. So a little bit of sloppy play in there. But nonetheless, it's been tough both ways. But we've seen most of this through the air, not much on the way on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, running the ball, none of them have really done anything unless the quarterback gets flushed. And there's where your yardage is. These quarterbacks are getting, especially for Beaver County, he's getting the yardage because he's breaking free, and they're not containing him. But other than that, the run game is probably very low with both teams. There's probably hardly any yards.
Yeah, quite surprising after we've seen the Broncos last week. Multiple running backs in there, really consuming that play clock and not giving the Cleveland Cobras much of a chance to be in it.
Right.
Very low-scoring game. The Broncos get the 16-0 win, but that comes by way of one running play into the end zone for the Broncos and 1 punt return. And in the second half, both teams scoreless.
Right. So, Broncos just got to regroup, come down. They've got to go down there and score. They got to stay ahead of these guys. Defensively, they've done a nice job after their score, and have basically bent but don't break. But unfortunately, their offense is stalled, and they have got to get their offense in order and get it going.
And we will be getting ready for our high school football season coming up here. Not only high school football, we will also be getting ready for high school hockey coming up here. So this great time of year as the NFL gets started, college. We will, of course, have the Grove City Wolverines, and that will be our own Mark Means bringing you all the action there, as they will have one of the, I'd say, in my eyes, he'll have one of the toughest schedules in Division III, taking on Mount Union of all teams. But Mount Union actually going to go to Grove City here, Coach. That should be a great matchup.
I wouldn't mind seeing that game.
Yeah, certainly. And then, of course, the NFL starting in September here. But I think everybody's looking for the national champs to come back too, as the Ohio State Buckeyes. They will face Texas, and couldn't get that law passed to keep it from a 12 o'clock start, but nonetheless, it's a good way to start off the college season.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. The Buckeyes aren't sure on the quarterback and stuff. We don't know how they're, how do I say this kindly, draft picks is anymore. That seems to be what it is. It seems like it's draft picks.
Yeah, free agent season in college football.
Whatever they want to call it, but yeah, that's a little scary.
Yeah, all that and more coming up here starting Thursday as the Liberty Leopards will head over to Campbell Memorial Stadium to take on the Red Devils, and we are excited for that Thursday night opener there. 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff here on Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, Sports Radio 1240 with Mark Beans, Dave Clark. Dave Ferris will push buttons to make things sound good. And then on Friday, it will be you and I with the Poland Bulldogs and the Salem Quakers in the Youngstown Patricians High School Football Game of the Week. Our new title sponsor here for 2025. And Patricians, good foundation laid this year as a new team here in the PAFL. John Galbraith and crew. Just recently, Vinny Anarino announced as the new head coach coming into 2026, an individual that we're both familiar with.
Absolutely. Vinny does a nice job. He, I believe, played for Brookfield and was on our staff and did an outstanding job. And just got told that, Vinny has one child, and I guess he's got another one on the way. So good for him and his family. They have his beautiful wife, and I'm excited for him. Unfortunately, he tried a draft pick, but this guy didn't bite. I'm happy where I'm away from everybody, and then that way Jim Craven only yells at me. He gets to yell at me now, so.
And I don't have to replace you, so that works out. But we wish Vinny all the luck in the world here as he takes over as the head man of the Youngstown Patricians. And, of course, the new title sponsor for the 2025 high school football season here on Western Reserve Radio, the iMedia One Network, Sports Radio 1240, and WRQX AM 600. And, of course, as always, want to thank Bill Kelly, Charlie Conley, and Ben Slagle for putting up with Dave and I and some of our creations and some of our ideas. That some work, some don't. We have more success than failure, so we have a winning record.
Exactly.
But, we'll take it.
And you know what? It keeps them on their toes. It keeps 1240 a little bit fresh, too, as we'll say, with all the ideas we got.
Yep, certainly we will enjoy that here. And, again, best time of the year here, as Tim Continenz always says, the fastest 10 weeks of the year coming up here beginning on Thursday. We'll step aside for one more break. When we come back on the third quarter kickoff here from Akron, you are listening to the 2025 PAFL 2A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Third quarter action coming up here in Akron. Take a look at the scoring recap one more time. Broncos, it was all Broncos in the first quarter. 10:09, it would be Magby on a 64-yard touchdown pass from Sewell that would give the Broncos the 8-0 lead. And 7:57, Asian Burt would be the recipient of a Marquello Sewell 70-yard touchdown pass that would increase the lead, and it would be the Broncos recovering a fumble in the end zone with 6:51 left first quarter. It would give them the 22-0 lead. However, Bengals would not go quietly, as it would be Walker into the end zone on a 15-yard touchdown run. And then with 12 minutes left in the second quarter, Tarver with a 35-yard interception for the Bengals cuts the lead to 22-13, and that's where we'll start here. Third quarter, as Lynn Townsend and DeMarquise Owens will be back to return for the Ohio Broncos. And it looks like it'll be Kenny White to kick off. I'm not sure if this says 80 or 30 there. I don't know, the old bifocal's giving me a little trouble there, Dave. All right. So we get the whistle for play here as we get the second half underway. Owens and Townsend back to return. This one going to be a deep kick. That will hit the 20 and roll back to Townsend. Actually going to be picked up by Asian Burt. Burt going to be, brought down, but it's going to be a face mask near the 4-yard line. And one of the Bengals players going to jump up and say, yeah, that was me. Burt getting up slowly. Hopefully nothing serious there, but ball's marked at the 4, so I believe they're going to start at the 19-yard line. That will save them from being backed up against their own end zone.
Well, you got to field that ball. A lot of teams got to realize that is a live ball. As you get it in the end zone, you have got to field that thing.
Yeah, Lynn Townsend back there. He's not new to the game, I'll tell you. A veteran of this level of football. Kind of surprised that he let that one go, but they will be the recipient of a personal foul call. They'll mark this at the 18-yard line. 14:53 here of the third quarter. We're just underway here, second half. Broncos with a 22-13 lead. And we'll wait for the whistle for play. As we'll get the mark, as the down markers are ready to go. Raekwon Benson in the backfield with Sewell. 3 receivers to the near side. Asian Bird will be the outside receiver. Single receiver to the far side. That'll be Magby. Sewell with Benson offset to his right. He'll give it to Raekwon Benson. Benson cutting back inside, and he'll make his way down to the 24-yard line. Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4 now for the Broncos.
That got run down from the backside. That was, wow, that was a great job because he had some holes open up. And get a number on that.
Second and 4 from the 24-yard line. So in the shotgun. Benson again in the backfield. Asian Bird will be the single receiver to the near side. So now going to move Benson to his left. 3 receivers to the left of Marquello Sewell. Back to pass, fires out to the left, and it's going to be incomplete pass intended for Townsend. Looked like it was one-on-one there. I think that was Randy Kiefer on the coverage.
And he did a great job. He blanketed him, so he would have had to just fit it in there, but he threw it low and outside, and he wasn't able to grab it.
Clock will stop with 13:58 left here, third quarter. And after what thought could be a very bad night for the Bengals, they fought back from a 22-0 deficit, make it 22-13. Townsend and Magby, the twin receivers to the far side. Single receiver to the near side. Benson will remain in the backfield with Sewell. He'll be offset to the left of the Broncos signal caller. Sewell taking his time. 3 receivers to the left for the Broncos, single receiver to the right. 1 high safety for the Bengals. Sewell planting his feet, looking out to his left. Pump fake, fires now out to the sideline, and is going to be incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Pass was intended for Tony Perrine. Broken up by the
foul, roughing the passer, Jim.
And a flag in the backfield. That'll add 15 on.
And a first down. Why?
Got a little over aggressive there as Sewell stepped up trying to find a receiver. Threw it out to the Bengals sideline, and now they will move the ball enough that it will give the Broncos a first down. And Bengals really not in a position to make these mistakes.
Yeah, well, again, it seems to be what's happening in this game. Mistakes are killing both teams right now. No reason for that. Got to pull up on that. They get you every time. That's why that guy in the stripes is right there watching them quarterbacks.
1st and 10 from the Bronco 38-yard line now. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Burt. 3 receivers to the far side. Broncos moving left to right on your iMedia One Network apps as they'll send Perrine in motion from left to right. He'll move back to the left. Sewell with the handoff to Vincent. Vincent trying to stretch it out to the backside, and he's going to be brought down for a loss.
That's a very big loss.
See where they're going to mark this at. They'll mark this at the 33. That'll bring up 2nd and 14 now for the Broncos. 12:56 left here, 3rd quarter.
Again, they're just pinning their ears back on first down because they've run every time on first down. They've got to mix it up a little bit.
All right, so Townsend, Magby, and Perrine will be the receivers to the far side. Burt will be the single receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with William McCoy. 1 high safety again for the Bengals. Clock continuing to run. Sewell waiting for the snap. Sewell looking out to his right, fires to Burt. It's going to be caught, and he'll be knocked back a few yards. They'll give him some credit for the forward progress to right around the 38, maybe the 37. But they will have to get to their own 48-yard line for a first down. So 3rd and 10 now. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Jim, I'd like to see him do that on first down. Pick up that kind of yardage. It makes it easier on 2nd down. Mix it up a little bit. They're very predictable. They come out and run on the first down quite a bit. So that's what's happening. They're just pinning their ears back and going after them.
Yeah, other than the quarterbacks running out of the pocket, it hasn't been much of a run game. We'll try that. That's easy to say. 3 receivers again to the far side, Magby being the outside. Burt, the single receiver. He'll be one-on-one. Trayvon Marshall. Sewell waiting for the snap. 11:22, 3rd quarter, back to pass, 3-step drop. Fires down the middle of the field. He's got Magby, and it's going to be caught at the 20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Broncos in the red zone with 11:10 left here, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's what you got. If you get that 1 high safety, I'll tell you right now, that was a good job. I don't know what the corner was looking at, but he stopped running.
10:55 left here. The clock will continue to run now. They'll mark the ball. Actually, they're going to mark the ball at the 17, Coach. I don't know about that one, but all right. Broncos now with D'Angelo James in the backfield. Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Burt and Skalecki.